Pot stickers are a hybrid type of dumpling that are both steamed and fried, creating a texture that captures the best of both worlds. There are three main components to this recipe: the pot sticker dough, the Thai pork filling, and the Thai lime dipping sauce. Once the three components are put together, we'll turn to filling and forming the dumplings. And finally, we'll start cooking the dumplings, starting them with the steaming method and then finishing them nice and crisp on the bottom.
I'm Chef Michael Salmon. I've been working in professional kitchens since I was 15 years old. I would like to invite you into my kitchen as I prepare recipes from my 2 cookbooks and my European foodie trips to Italy, France, and Spain. So let's get into the kitchen.
Pot sticker dough is very easy to make and is made up of flour, salt, and water. Place the flour and salt in a medium-sized mixing bowl and pour in the boiling water. Stir with a wooden spoon to combine. After a minute of stirring, the dough will be cool enough to be able to handle with your bare hands. Empty the crumbly dough mixture out onto a work surface and using your hands form it into a ball. This pot sticker dough is known as a hot water dough. When you add hot water to a dry starch, it turns it into a thick gel-like substance and makes a softer and less stretchy dough. The hot water actually damages the proteins, such as gluten, and reduces the strength of the dough, so you can roll it out really thin. Once the dough forms into a nice ball, knead it for 2 minutes. Roll the dough back into a ball, put it back in the bowl, cover it with some plastic, and refrigerate it for about 30 minutes to rest. Now it's time to make the Thai pork dumpling filling. This filling is very simple to make, but does require some knife skills and patience. It's important to cut all of the ingredients into very tiny pieces, a nice mince, so that they can all be distributed well throughout the filling, and each dumpling shares the same characteristic flavoring. Place the ground pork in a mixing bowl and crack in 1 egg. Break it up with a fork and add the sesame oil, sweet chili sauce, and soy sauce. Add the remaining ingredients that have been finely minced, including the garlic, ginger, red bell pepper, cilantro and mint, bok choy, and the green parts from the scallions. Stir the mixture well, making sure that the ingredients get distributed well among the pork. Cover the filling and refrigerate it for 1 hour. Now it's time to make the Thai lime dipping sauce. This dipping sauce is light and bright, balancing the fresh lime juice with the salty fish sauce. Freshly minced ginger, mint, and cilantro gives this dipping sauce its characteristic Thai flavor and an herbaceous punch. Cut the limes in half and using a citrus press like this OXO brand, one that I like to use, squeeze all the juice from the limes. Notice here that once I have squeezed both halves of the lime, I put the 2 squeezed halves back into the citrus press and squeeze one more time, getting additional juice out of the limes. Add the rice wine vinegar, fish sauce, and the remaining sugar, ginger, fresh mint, and cilantro. Stir the mixture well, making sure you dissolve the sugar. Remove the dough from the refrigerator and knead it for a couple of minutes. Cut the dough into quarters, and I like to roll the dough into 1-inch wide logs. Using a bench knife or bench scraper and a digital kitchen scale, cut the dough into 20-gram pieces. Once the dough is portioned, I use a small rolling pin to flatten the dough balls out. Keep them covered with plastic to prevent the dough from drying. Now it's time to form the dumplings. Get your station ready with the filling, a small bowl of room temperature water, and a little flour to prevent the dough from sticking to the cutting board and the rolling pin. Roll the dumplings out to about a 4-inch circle. Wet the edges with a little bit of the water and add a tablespoon of the filling. Basically, you're folding the dumpling in half and creating little pleats on the very top surface with the top half. So the bottom half stays straight and flat, and the pleats are all on the top side. Forming pot stickers like this takes a little experience and some practice. So to make it easier, I'm going to do this step by step and slow this down for you. So take your dough into your hand, wet one surface of it, and add the filling, but don't overfill it because it can be hard to fold it if you have too much filling. You're forming pleats with your right hand and pressing with your left thumb to seal each one of those pleats. So the left thumb is pressing down and sealing it while the right hand creates the next pleat. And each pleat goes on top of the previous pleat until you use up all the dough. And then you're going to form and close that final edge there, just like that. Flatten the bottom on the workbench or table. And you'll notice that the bottom edge is flat with no pleats in it. And all the pleats exist on the top edge. So you can see I have about 6 pleats along the edge there. And you want to make sure it's sealed well. The bottom surface is what you're going to be crisping in the pan, so you want a nice flat surface. So push it down and form a nice bottom on it to get that nice crisp brown surface. Repeat this with the remainder of the filling, and this recipe yields about 30 dumplings. So now it's time to cook the pot stickers. I'm using an 8-inch Meissen non-stick skillet here, but any type of a seasoned pan will work. You always want to start cold with a cold pan. I drizzled some canola oil on the bottom here, and now I'm filling it with the pot stickers. This pan will hold about 14 pot stickers. And you want them close to each other, but not necessarily touching. It's not the end of the world if they touch a little bit. Add a 1/4 cup of lukewarm water to the pan. Light your burner, set at medium heat. And cover the pan with a tight-fitting lid. Bring the water to a boil, reduce the heat to low, and steam the dumplings for 6 minutes. Remove the lid, increase the heat to medium, and continue cooking until all the water has evaporated. It takes about 4 minutes to drive all the moisture off from the pot stickers, and then they'll start to brown on the bottom. Pot stickers are always best served hot right out of the pan while they're still hot and crispy. Serve them with a side of the Thai lime dipping sauce and a pair of chopsticks. If you have leftover pot stickers, they freeze very well. Lay them out flat on some parchment paper and cover them with some plastic and put them in the freezer. If you're not planning to use the pot stickers in the near future, transfer them to Ziploc bags where they will keep for several months in the freezer. It's also possible to cook the pot stickers from a frozen state. Follow the same procedures of putting oil in a cold pan, add your frozen pot stickers, add a quarter cup of lukewarm water and turn the heat on to medium. Cover the pan, bring them to a boil, and cook the pot stickers for 10 minutes instead of 6 minutes as you do for fresh ones. Otherwise, the procedures are the same.
Hopefully you enjoyed this video and are inspired to recreate it at home. Make sure you hit the subscribe button below, and I would appreciate a thumbs up if you liked it. Comment below if you have any suggestions or requests for future videos. Check out my website at chefmichaelsalmon.com for recipes, my online store with links to my favorite tools and ingredients, and information on my 2 cookbooks.